Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at which units you should consider Extreme Z Awakening in the World Tournament, or which World Tournament units you should consider Extreme Z Awakening. The first one, and obviously the most obvious one, is whether you should Extreme Z Awaken the General Tao. Now obviously General Tao is the latest World Tournament LR to receive an Extreme Z Awakening, and the question will be whether we should summon for him in terms of his EZA, or not summon for him but EZA him. Now the thing is, honestly speaking, overall he looks pretty good. I think he'll be a lot of fun, probably will be the most highly damaging LR, but I don't think there's going to be a huge reason aside from the fun aspect in Extreme Z Awakening him, although the fun aspect is the most important. Outside of that, considering some of the other new EZAs, we have Physical Bojack, who is a nice support unit for Space Traveling Warriors. We have the Int Future Gohan, who is a pretty interesting, albeit limited unit. Quite a few layers of damage reduction that he has depending on kind of certain requirements. Could be a very fun little unit to kind of throw into things. Then on top of that, we also obviously have the Strength TN, who is also a pretty interesting unit. Wouldn't say he's necessarily insane, but he has some really gimmicky cool stuff like his huge damage burst against stunned enemies, so it could be pretty good. Now, all in all, I think all of these EZAs are fine. I think they're not too bad. I think Bojack could be pretty cool for Space Traveling Warriors. They definitely needed a support. He feels comparable to the Tech Perfect Cell, who I think is a really fun unit to have, so you could definitely get him. Outside of that, and obviously General Tao, I wouldn't necessarily say any of these units are necessarily peak picks. Like, I wouldn't say they are the absolute bee's knees of, picks overall. So definitely, no real super duper push towards getting them, but obviously I understand if players, necessarily, were more focused on other things, etc. For me, the top picks are probably, in terms of like units, I'd probably say you can go General Tao. I would personally do the Tech LR Piccolo. I think Demon King Piccolo, I think he's meshes really nicely with the free-to-play AGL Piccolo, which is good. And then on top of that, they make a really fun pairing. The other LRs, I think, are just too limited in terms of categories, and they don't have the same synergy and potential power that the two Piccolos have, and they're useful for Ultimate Clash. So I think Tech Demon King Piccolo, very, very solid. Then from there, I'd probably say Mr. Boo and Perfect Cell. They're my favorite picks so far. They're the ones I literally use in quite decent levels of content. I mean, Mr. Boo can be used in like ridiculous levels of content, so that is something that's very, very good, very, very helpful, really solid overall. And then I would say, personally, aside from Mr. Boo, Perfect Cell, the support Gohans are pretty good. The AGL Gohan, the Tech Gohan, like, they're good, they're helpful. Tech Gotenks is pretty cool, useful potentially for Festival of Battles. I think he does a pretty solid job there without being necessarily, insane. I think he does a pretty good job. So I think there's some solid picks here. The supports I like generally because I can use them for multiple challenges, be it punching bags, etc., but just good, versatile content to use them in. Although units like the Goku Black are really good, but his team right now is just a bit limited, so that may keep you from using him. But again, that's entirely up to you. It's not really, up to me. So that's it from me. Bye.